think it's time for Yata. You asked, they answered, and we've got a lot of questions coming in. So thank you so much to the fans who submitted the questions, and thank you so much, Shahdan, for sharing the post as well. Don't worry, we filtered through and chosen the best ones for you. First one is from your best friend, actually. Safwan Barudin asked, how was the process like coming back from such a horrific injury? Were there times you felt like giving up? And what was the most challenging part during this process? Hope you don't mind sharing, Rumi. I'm reading.
Yeah, I told him he could just texted me. I could have answered him personally, Felt like giving up? No. The first question was, can I ever come back to play again? That was the question. It wasn't easy. Definitely, it was a slow and long recovery process. But at the same time, that, like I said, whether I could play again, but once I knew that I could, I just kept going and pushing forward. Yep.
That was a very good question. By the way, he says miss you, Rumi, as well. So you missing him?
Yeah, of course. He's been away for so long. And
any roommate stories to share with us?
Roommate stories? No, nothing much.
What happens as roommates? Better say as roommate amongst roommates.
Yeah, Roshan should know.
Exactly. All right, Mofude Shifuru. I hope I pronounced that right. Mofude Shifuru. If you have a chance to turn back time, what is the one thing you would like to change in your footballing career?
I just spoke to my wife about this. I mean, to be honest, I've given everything in football, and I think in return, football has given me everything back in life. So there's nothing that I would change. But if you were to ask me one thing, I would say probably be more proactive in trying to get contracts overseas and all that. Right now, most players are just waiting and hopeful that people will be able to see you playing matches. But I think you have to be proactive as well to get better contracts elsewhere. You cannot just be waiting and hoping that someone sees you. Yeah.
Actually, Shahdan, sorry, before we move on, going back to Safwan's question, it just occurred to me. That's why I want to kind of follow up on that. In terms of the support you got after your injury, were there people who stood out to you in terms of, when you were feeling down and you could turn to these people to help you along in terms of your rehabilitation and your recovery?
My family, and of course the medical staff at FA, because I broke my leg in the national team, so they sort of helped me with all my rehab. I think I started rehab like 1 week after the injury. I was cycling with my cast on and all that.
Wow.
So they played a big part in me coming back.
Okay, brilliant.
That's good to hear. And as well as the part you mentioned about being proactive about securing moves for the younger listeners, younger budding footballers, that's good advice coming from Shahdan, who's a local legend. So we do hope you listen. And Three Nugget here, next question. Bit interesting name, Three Nugget here. How long more do you want to continue pro football? And what is your next career path after football when you decide to retire?
Like I said, I'm 23 now, so probably another forever I'll be playing. I would say I'm feeling really good right now, so I can't really put number. Probably 3-4 years of good football, of first team action, and after football, I think I need to get my hands dirty and see what I can do in terms of the football industry. Maybe I can join you guys if you willing to have me.
Always.
Of course, man. So you will have a spot available.
Maybe
anytime,
tech support or whatever.
Actually, sorry, just a question on feeling 23. Do you feel at the peak now? Do you feel at the peak of your powers at the moment?
Yes, I would say I'm feeling good physically and playing one of my best football years, I feel. So I'm enjoying it and hopefully can continue for years to come.
Yeah. And you mentioned potentially after your retirement thinking about a role in the game. Have you thought about specifically what that might be?
Like I said, I need to try things, like I say coaching or the administration side. But I need to try it before I know exactly what I want to do.
All right, we've got a question here from Joseph Joseph Jaira 7. Joseph Jaira 7. As a central midfielder, is there a difference in your thinking when the opponent is pressing against you and when the opponent is sitting back or when you all are pressing high up?
Roshan?
I'm just reading what the fans have sent in. I didn't.
So you are playing in the same position, so you should be able to answer that.
No, they don't. They don't want to hear from me. They're not interested. They want to hear from you.
I think it's the same. As a midfielder, you always have to think about the game, how to win matches. It's like sort of a chess battle where you have to think how to, if they were to sit back, how are you going to break them? And if they were to press you, how are you gonna break that press and hurt them the most? So that's how, I mean, you have to think your way throughout the game.
Hey, but I ask you, if you're playing in that holding role, right, and the team doesn't press, do you feel like it's quite shook? You get a lot of time on the ball, or do you think it's harder?
No, it's nice because you have time. You can do
more
whatever
time, right?
you want. Yeah.
More fun, right? I prefer I will play against sides that sit back, because you get on the ball in midfield, you can turn on the ball and you can look forward.
Yeah.
You prefer that,
you enjoy yourself. Yeah. But it depends on your team strength actually. If you're good at like with players like Gabe or fast attacking players, so teams which press, you will prefer that more because you can hurt them at the back, because they will leave
space behind.
At the back. Yeah.
Mm.
Whereas team will sit back, it's harder to find that gaps and break them.
Okay.
Nice. Let's move it on to Mr. Hirono, who I believe is part of the LCS crew. He's asking you, can you actually hear the Shahdan Sulaiman chant from the stadium while you're playing?
The chant, no. But my name, yes. I hear my name. And I hear them the loudest after matches when we won the title, then I hear it.
Okay, so just quickly speaking of hearing your name and all, what do you make of the burgeoning interest in fans nowadays at stadium with LCS and all? I myself feel suddenly stadiums are packed, it's hard to get tickets. What do you make of the support that's growing?
Oh, it's definitely nice to see that. I mean, it's been a while since we are able to fill stadium. To know that, people are unable to get tickets. I mean, that's really a nice feeling for us players, to be able to see stands filled. So hopefully, I mean, for next season, we are able to continue to do that.
Okay, Shahdan, this is from Josiah. You have a free kick on the edge of the box, last minute of extra time. You can choose any footballer, past or present, to take it. Who do you go with?
Can choose myself, is it?
Oh, no. Actually, it says you cannot choose yourself. But if you want,
I will go with Juninho.
Okay. From Lyon.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think
solid choice.
Something special, yeah.
I think that's the only choice, pretty much, really.
There's a lot. Beckham.
Juninho is a great shot.
His variety for Juninho. Able to do all sort of things with the ball, so I would choose him.
Okay, last question, who's from a friend of the club, I believe, the Lion City boy, who has that famous Ole Ale Ale chant for you guys. When you take free kicks, are you already thinking about the celebration you're going to do?
No, more of putting the ball in the net first. Yeah, definitely not celebrating.
Yeah. But what's your thought process, Shahdan, when you're setting up the ball before shooting? What goes through your mind? What are you looking at? Give us some insight.
Position of the keeper, the wall positioning, and basically just repeating what I do in training, the ball ending up in the back of the net, top corner. So that's just the thought process that goes through my mind.
And you can sort of visualize it in your mind before you step up to take a free kick?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that would be my visualization before I take the free kick.
Shahdan, from me, last one. Do you have a favorite free kick goal that you've scored? Hopefully recently, so I can find the overlay to put for us so the fans can watch.
Best free kick goal would be against Zaiful Balestier. I think that was really top corner, so that would be the one that I can remember.
Okay. Okay. Very nice. I think that's quite recent, so I'll be able to find it. If you're watching us on YouTube, check out the goal. Really good.
I thought it was going to give you a free kick from like 11 years ago or what.
That's why. That one was called tech support already.
Oh, I think 11 years ago would be someone else. It wouldn't be me.